And we're here. We're on. We're in.
Hey, hey.
So, since it is a weekend, I wanted to keep things a little light today.
Ha. Okay. That's
So,
funny. Why
so
am
what
I
do you
here
think?
then?
Well, because I like to bounce things off the top of your shiny little head.
Ah, okay.
Um, Celebrity, why is my phone acting up? A lot of celebrities are actually really down to earth. Uh, I worked as a security and bodyguard, and I met quite a few of them. One I met was Jim Brewer, the comedian from you know he's the one who always acts high, even no matter what he plays.
Right.
And we sat down for like 2.5 hours and just shot the shit.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
and then he signed my he signed my New York Post because we were in New York City at the time, and
Hmm.
we're both Boston fans, even though I was born and raised in New York. So on the back of my post, he wrote, "Hey, Lowe's, great meeting you. Call me sometime. Oh yeah, the Yankees suck." And
Wow. That's cool.
then he signed it, Jim Brewer. I mean, he was pretty. It was pretty. He was a pretty down to earth. I at one point hung out with Daryl Dawkins, the basketball player, Chocolate Thunder.
Right.
We used to go to dinner together and stuff. Normal people, and that's what I think people seem to forget. Because I'm about to tell you a piece of news, and you're going to laugh at it, but then I'm going to say, but think about it for a second. As a normal person, that's pretty fucking impressive, though.
Go for it.
Okay, there's a female celebrity who had enough of just being a celebrity and decided she was going to try and help people by interning at or apprenticing at a law firm for
At a
lawyers.
what?
A law firm.
Oh, a law firm. Okay.
Now, there's two ways you can become a lawyer in California. One is you can go to law school and take your bar exam,
Hmm.
pass your bar exam, you become a lawyer. The other is if you can get an apprenticeship at a law firm and learn enough, you could take what they call a baby bar, which if you
Mhm.
pass it, you become a lawyer.
Probably a little bit more knowledge based stuff like that. You better really know what you're doing to get one of those. But
Well,
it's similar to aircraft mechanics. Like I can have someone apprentice under me, but I'm responsible for their license for 2 years. So it carries
but
a weight of
so what happened
responsibility.
is this person
Probably
went
the
and
same with them too.
did the apprenticeship,
Hmm.
went and took the bar exam, and barely failed it. Barely failed it.
Failed it. Ooh.
Right. But they haven't given up, and
Mhm.
they're still going at it. And this celebrity is Kim Kardashian.
Wow.
See, people don't look at these at celebrities as real people. And if I would have started it off with Kim Kardashian did this, I guarantee people would be laughing that
Right, but she can afford to fail.
it's
She
not
has
a
the
it's
money
not
to
a,
throw at however much that expense is. Most people don't. Most people, or the time to put in and not risk failure to someone else. They could have been thrown in their house. So I mean, no, I think that's great and all, but you know, I'd like for her to also bring someone with her. That's otherwise less fortunate and pay for theirs too. I
well,
find that a little more
I don't think
impressive.
it's a matter of paying. I think it's a matter of doing. And I
Oh, it's a
think what
matter of
she's
both. Yeah.
I think no, I think what she's doing is great. What she wants to do is become a lawyer and give back and help those less fortunate.
Yeah, no, that we'll
You know,
see who she begins to represent.
right,
You know,
right.
is she representing ones types of people that can't afford attorney? So she's the one that would come in their place. Um, but you know what? You, just getting a license doesn't mean you're a lawyer. There's she'll soon learn that. Well, I don't know. She's gone far enough to take the bar, so um, it's more than that. You have to not only win cases, but you have to prove them. That's I would hope that she would understand that that's different. hopefully she went through the same process. Hopefully, I'm not saying she didn't, but there is a chance somebody was that treated her with kid gloves. You know, maybe that shows because she didn't get a really high mark on her bar exam.
No,
You
she
know?
actually got a decent grade. She just
Okay.
missed the bar by a hair, which means that she was taught right and retained. She just missed
Okay.
a few questions.
No, that is ultimately impressive. You know, yeah, heart in the right place. Yeah, it's great. It really is. Um,
You know,
I would still like to see. We have other people that just, I mean, that is just so far out of even the ability to dream about it. Doesn't even make sense. I'd like to see a
right.
few people like that get an opportunity to be go into the sciences or the law or medicine or whatever. At least have that opportunity
I don't think
to
they have
see if
those
they could
type of
do that.
programs in
No,
like
that's what I
Italy or
mean.
whatever.
But the Bezos could do that. I mean, people like them can. Walmart can. I know they've got various educational things they've dumped money into, but how about hand pick people and give them all the legs that they could possibly have to be able to get that level of education. See what happens to there. I'm
Here's
curious
my
about that.
problem with that is no matter how you slice it, if you pick people, other people are going to complain that it was biased. Why didn't you looked over me instead of
Yeah,
helping them?
I suppose so.
And yeah,
I don't know. Maybe in an anonymous way. I don't know. I don't know.
I believe they're trying to get rid of affirmative action now,
Yeah, I know. I saw that.
and I don't understand where how
And
how
there's a
anything.
chance that they're going to take the house. There's a there's a chance.
Well, if I'll tell you what, I didn't want to talk about politics, but I will say this one thing: if Herschel Walker wins his bid, I've given up on politics altogether. I've given up on this country altogether.
We can't though.
We
I mean, we're
have
not.
to. I mean, no matter what
No,
we
we don't.
do, no
Yeah, I
matter.
know, but then you become fodder.
Yeah, but you can only bang your head against a brick wall so long before you have to stop.
We've allowed them to rig the system. We've allowed them to gerrymander for decades. We knew it was illegal, and we allowed it to happen. We allowed it to happen.
What
You
makes a
know,
celebrity a celebrity?
that's a good question. They stumbled into a profession that they were suited for. And
But
they excelled.
so it's just the profession. I mean, there's a lot of people that doctors that went into medicine and excelled, but they're not celebrities. A lot of
It depends if they sometimes they can be because you can also write papers. There's a lot of scientific things that a doctor can do.
no, yeah, but
There's medicine. There's
but
things that
but
they can do to
that'd be
change
someone
medicine.
important in their field,
Hmm.
but not a celebrity to the general public.
Why not? There's doctors I believe are celebrities in my opinion. There's political people I believe are celebrities in their profession,
Uh,
and people that look at it in that regard. They're
uh,
rock stars, so to speak.
right, I believe that. I don't believe
Mhm.
that with doctors. No,
Sure, absolutely. I read papers that my dad wrote a long time ago, man, for cancer research, and those are apparently award-winning shit.
they may be
Cool.
award-winning shit, but if you
But
go to
people
the general
follow them
public,
even still.
but if you
You
go to
know,
the general public, no one's going to know who they are.
Probably not. General public, probably not.
So that kind of shoots down the idea of celebrity.
But well, celebrities, you have more of the general population that might know, but still, there's still a huge percentage that could give a shit who a star is. They might know the star's name, but they do not know the actor's name. I don't know many actors by name. I know their who they were portraying. Odds are I know that better than I know the actual actor. Um, a few of them I know just because they've made headlines or I've seen their credits enough. you know, that I remember them,
There's
or
like
older ones.
I think there's like 90% of them. I remember their names.
Stephen
Maybe
King is my favorite though, for especially because of people, someone I've met, you know, briefly,
right.
you know, whatever. Who knows? I'm just one random person he met one day, but not long after that, I mean, oh, I was just in the grocery store. His house was only a few blocks away. You know, you could walk by it if you want. You know, it's really cool. Actually, I've got a few pictures of it.
Let me
But
ask you a
he likes to
question.
be a normal person in town. He doesn't want, a following of people all over him and
Right,
shit. You know, and he
right. But you
doesn't
met
get
him
it.
in a store, right?
In line, yeah.
Okay.
Shook his hand. How
You
you
sp-
doing?
you spoke to him. Did you
Yeah, of
introduce
course.
yourself?
Yeah. First
You'll
name.
never forget.
Sure.
You'll never forget that. Do you think he will?
I could see if he did, just because the amount of people you meet, the odds are just. I could see him that 30-second encounter. He's had how many 30-second encounters? Probably that day.
Right.
I mean, no disrespect if he didn't remember me. He could see my name here if he ever watches. If he ever watches this, remember he's older than I am.
Oh, he is. He's older than us.
Oh yeah, pretty sure he is.
I thought he was around the same age.
I think he's a little older than us. Don't make me feel older.
Mr. King is way young. Oh wait. Oh no, he's way older than us.
Yeah, okay.
Holy
Phew.
schmolies. His wife is much younger than us,
Yeah, I knew that.
but he's 75.
Oh, all right. All right. I thought he was a little younger than that.
Yeah, he's 75.
But dude, he's done so much for Maine, for Bangor. Oof. Yeah, he's done a lot of stuff. I was hoping to retire.
Outside the realm of being an author, you mean?
Just being a human being. Yeah.
Right. That's
Yeah.
outside the
Oh
realm.
yeah,
Of
helping
being
his community. That's what you should do. I think the wealthy should help out their communities. Just here you go. Not even care. There's no recognition involved. He's built
And on
fire
the other side of
stations and swimming pools, and big money into the airport. Plus, he was making a movie there. So one hand
on
washes
the
the
other
other in
end of
that.
the spectrum, we have people like Kanye. Did you hear about that? You hear about this recent
Yeah.
lawsuit?
That anti-Semite bullshit.
Yeah, where he was sued by some of his employees.
Oh, his actual employees. Well, I know about every label on the planet he signed up with. It said bye bye bye.
A few
They
years
dropped
ago,
him.
he sued. I believe the lawsuit is either just settling or settled. But the lawsuit basically states that while they were working there, he pushed the good doings of Hitler and talked about how much he admired him and so on and so forth. And it became very
What the fuck is
toxic.
he thinking about? How the?
Yeah.
I don't understand how anyone can. It just makes no sense. It makes no sense. And how some of these people could even go there and walk like. Didn't lame duck representative from North Carolina.
Went to
Um,
Auschwitz.
He went there and just he toured. He also toured Hitler's whatever
Compound?
museum he has going on out there, and he really, wow, this is really awesome. And he didn't really get what he wanted, I guess, out of Auschwitz. I don't know.
I just
Not cool.
celebrities can go from one spectrum to the
Mhm.
other.
Oh, I
You know?
know. Well, he's definitely it cost him a lot. It definitely cost him a lot.
Well, he came out with an apology, at which point, at the end of the apology, he blamed Jewish doctors for his problem.
Wow. Just I don't know what to say, man. It's just that's nuts. You know.
He's like, I don't want to say it, but Jewish doctors. And I'm like, dude, you
Right?
just fucking said it, dude.
Yeah, like Jewish space lasers.
You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
it's not
Sure.
like you don't want to say. You just said it out loud in front of cameras.
Right.
Whispering it or talking low doesn't mean it didn't happen.
Right. Right.
But yeah, some celebrities growing up realize that they're celebrities because of us.
Yeah.
Other celebrities haven't caught on yet and think that we owe them.
Uh, Anyone in mind?
Um,
I don't pay attention enough to know really, but I know there are a few arrogant ones out there, and ones that now I know what they're into are not really so good for me.
there is a celebrity that an actor that fits that bill, but I don't want to out him because he's like one of the biggest assholes on the planet.
Yeah, that's
No,
fine.
seriously,
I get
I
it.
met him and he
You can
was
tell
like
me
a
that later.
giant dick, and I was like, how could somebody treat other people like that? What an asshole!
A lot of them do. They're not the same in front of the camera as they are behind it. They're different, you
I
know.
mean, I wasn't a big fan of him, but I was assigned to him at some point during my tenure, and I begged to get off that. I was like, this guy's horrible. You know who I did find was really nice, super like personable and easy to get to? Kiefer Sutherland.
I would, yeah, I could see that. Never met him before, but
I was on one of the details when he was in New York, and yeah, he was a really super nice guy.
that's cool.
So was Bob Dylan.
That was someone I'd like to meet.
I got a story to tell you about that one day.
One day, yeah, all right. Fair enough.
Let's put it this way: it makes your habit look like lollipops.
Okay.
But I just want to say that not all like I met Hulk Hogan. I could do without him.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah, I've heard stories about him now, and I'm not impressed.
I met him
I think
back in
he's trashing
2000.
he's trashing his reputation pretty
I
quickly.
met him back in the early 2000s, and when when he was a guest on a show called Cold Pizza for ESPN,
No, sorry, I don't know it.
and I could do without him.
Cold pizza, yeah. Sometimes even reheated pizza is not that good.
I met a lot of celebrities in my day. I met Mike Tyson
Hmm.
um, back in the early days.
I don't know. I like that he's kind of making a comeback again because he seems to have aged pretty well for himself.
Yeah,
You
I just
know,
don't think he should be in the ring.
I don't think he thinks so either. you know, he's got enough money to live off of. I think he did okay. You know, he's got
I'm
enough
surprised he
endorsements
weathered
and
that
things.
storm about him beating his wife.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know.
There's
I mean,
that.
that was bad.
Yeah, but he had some stuff. Are you talk? Is that anything recent, or were we talking
No,
the
no,
same thing? That was
that's
back in the day.
back in the day. I think that's why he went to jail in the first place.
Yeah. How much time did he do? Do you remember?
It wasn't very long. I'm gonna guess. I mean, you know what? I don't want to. I
Because
don't
he
want to
seemed to
speak out of
do. No, I mean, yeah, he seemed to do what he was supposed to do and be done with it. You know. Because I didn't hear a whole lot of bad things about him after that, or much really. But I wasn't necessarily watching either.
Okay, in '92 he was convicted of blank and sentenced to 6 years in prison. Although he was released on parole after 3.
So good behavior.
That would be my guess.
I'm sure that people were doing their best to take care of. Plus, who wanted to mess with Mike Tyson in prison? Can you imagine getting hit by that? It's like getting hit by a freaking piece of railroad track. You know. Yeah, Iron Mike Tyson.
Oh, it was with a with an 18-year-old Miss Black America contestant.
Oops. See, no, I'd never be able to get within a half a mile of someone like that. You know?
Dude, the question was how many times did how many fights did Tyson have in jail? And the answer is Iron Mike had one. He was involved in one fight in prison, and that's it.
Yeah, I wonder what would they have to pick him up with a mop? You know, he spent 3 years, and he spent his whole term in ICU. Hmm. Does it say how bad he beat the dude up?
No, no, I'm curious to find that out myself. I'm curious to find out that myself. But yeah, no, he came. I met him when I met him. He was driving the yellow convertible. His yellow
Oh
convertible was
man, I remember him in a black Lamborghini SUV. I want to say. I think he was driving something like that back in the day.
I'm talking about
I think it was a Lambo, but
late late wait late 90s, no, late 80s,
late
late
80s.
80s, early
Yeah,
90s.
yeah.
Because I was working at what used to be the Hilton Hotel on State Street in Albany.
Yeah. What is it
Yeah.
now?
I have no idea. They've changed at least twice before. Since then.
Last I knew it was a Ramada. Who knows what it is now?
True, absolutely true. But I think we need to stop expecting so much from celebrities ourselves, and start looking at them as people who just need to be left the fuck alone. Let them live their life, and let us, we'll do what we do. I
True,
don't
but
see why.
I still think that if they have a voice and they can use it
I understand that. I
properly,
mean,
properly.
but I mean, people need to celebrate, or yeah, people need to separate reality from, like you need to be
Their
able to
opinions
separate
need to be as citizens, not as
yeah, as a
actors.
character.
Yeah, agreed.
You know,
Yes.
I've seen a lot of times where people walk down the street and yell at an actor because of a character that he played on
Right.
on TV or in a movie.
Like perhaps we
Right,
need some average, regular citizens that have some common sense,
right.
and that can actually speak or pay somebody to speak for them, I suppose, to put out messages as citizens. Maybe that might be a little bit better, as
You know,
long as
it's
they don't
it's.
come across as a wacko,
I've seen
you know.
actors walking down the street and get yelled at because of a character they played,
Mm.
and the person
Right,
yelling just can't separate the character from the actor.
right.
And
I
it's like,
agree.
dude, do you really think that that's, you know, somebody actually told Tom Hanks, uh, he's like, who the hell do you think you are to be able to take to do that to a volleyball? And it's
Wow.
like, dude, it was an act. It's not real. I mean, do you actually think that when people die in the movies, you're never gonna see them again?
Right, right. Wilson.
Yeah. All right. Well,
On
I
that
did want
note,
to say, one thing before we go. It's Sunday, just a few days away. Don't forget to get out and vote.
vote. Yes.
Vote and
Vote, vote,
vote.
vote, vote, vote. Or shut the
Vote.
fuck up if you don't vote. Shut your
Vote your
pie hole.
conscience, and I don't want to hear this bullshit that, well, I didn't vote, so it's not my problem. I didn't cause the problem. No, 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 no. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah. You don't
Don't
get a
want to hear it.
dual. Yeah, there's no immunity there. All right, man.
All right.